We talk a lot about brain drain when young people leave the area to take jobs elsewhere. That has left upstate New York with a graying population.
In fact, the Empire State now has the fourth oldest population in the nation, behind California, Florida, and Texas. In our New York State Exposed report, Rebecca LeClaire takes a look at what this situation means for both the younger and the older generation. Is it a recipe for disaster?
Not necessarily, but here's the reality. Our state population dropped by 50,000 last year, and a key factor there, young people leaving the upstate region. Add to that, predictions from the census that Monroe County will see its 65-plus population double over the next 15 years. Eileen Holzhauer has tended to flowers in her Parenton backyard since 1968. She and her husband raised 5 kids in their home, and not one child or grandchild lives in New York State anymore.
Opportunities were elsewhere. There was no saying, oh, you got to stay around. I miss them. And they all love coming back, and they do, and I visit.
Eileen is like many upstate seniors who have paid off their mortgages, live comfortably on retirement funds, and don't want to leave their community.
As a neighborhood, we're very close. We had, couples dinners and picnics in summer, so I didn't know where I would even want to move to. With the baby boomer generation heading past 65, the whole country is graying. For New York State, 2015 was the first time in history that 20% of its residents were 60 or older. Over the next 15 years, Monroe County's 65-plus population will go from about 100,000 to more than 200,000.
All these things can strain our budgets, and then by straining the cost of government, they can put more strain on an economy that's not dynamic enough.
The head of the Empire Center for Public Policy points to costs associated with health care, transportation, and housing. He says not enough is being done to create economic opportunities.
In both cases, you have to promote economic growth. That's the key issue for people of all ages in New York.
It's a new reality, so I don't think we can be afraid of it. I think we have to embrace this sort of new reality.
With the grain of America, the president of Lifespan says access to services is critical. In Monroe County, 81% of seniors live in the suburbs.
And as they age, will they be able to get access to medical providers, grocery stores? We are not exactly a walkable community in many of our suburbs.
So transportation is key, and the Monroe County Office of Aging has made it a priority.
Our older adults are really important. We want to make sure that they're at the forefront of any decision making that we have.
The county executive advocated for ride-sharing services to be available in upstate, and as of June 29th, seniors will have access to Uber and Lyft. The county's Office for the Aging Director just went to a statewide conference, too.
To talk about how we can create those programs in our community to keep funding in our community, to keep the older adults served, and to provide services for the informal caregivers as well.
Last month, the county executive announced the Ladders Up program through MCC to train students and prepare them for new jobs, some specifically in healthcare for seniors. So in that case, it will help both the younger and older generation get employed and stay healthy. Rebecca LeClaire, News 10 NBC.